Chris, welcome back to the stream, noob. Yes, there's going to be cake. As you can see it from the top down camera at the moment, there is cake. I'll bring that a bit closer to the front camera, as it were, to show a little bit more detail on what we're going to be making today. But I wanted to show that yes, we are going to be making cake. We're going to be making bread. It's all going to be delicious. I've just got to remember what the heck I'm actually doing. It's just such a different format than what I am used to that it's very odd. Oh, wow, that's apparently very loud. Sorry about that. How are you doing today? Happy Valentine's Day, if that's a thing you celebrate. If not, happy Thursday. Yeah, happy Silk Song. Yeah, what a surprise that was, huh? I'll be honest, I was not expecting a whole new game. Though I guess that explains why things are taking as long as they are with development. And based on what Ari and Williams said in their extra little video, it sounds like I have some time before Silk Song is officially released. So that's good news for me. It means I can maybe get through all the Godmaster videos in time. Kano, welcome back to the stream, noob. How are you doing today? Mari, welcome back to the stream. My day has been chaotic, really. And you know, Team Cherry's announcement has kind of messed with This is why we're doing this little bit of a warm-up, so I can get my mouth moving correctly so I can talk right for the rest of the stream. Team Cherry's announcement kind of messed with my world. Originally, I was like, well, okay, I'm going to go do the stream, and it'll be great. We're going to be baking things. It's all going to be brand new. It's going to be wonderful and so cool. And then Team Cherry's like, a brand new game's coming. And I'm like, huh. So I'm still tossing around the idea. Actually, I'm not really tossing around the idea anymore. I am intending to make after the stream, so before the day is over, hopefully, I will have a reaction/analysis video out about Silk Song. Let me turn this down a bit. Apparently, now that I'm talking to actual people, I'm speaking louder than originally when I was practicing yesterday. So my day is like kind of been up and down right now because of that announcement and what it means and all the information that was in that trailer. Things are wild. Kano, I must apologize. I have not seen your new art yet. Unfortunately, I've not had the time to check everything out yet, but I will be checking it out, and I bet you it's still not going to be inaccurate. Pecky, welcome to the stream, noob. I hope you're having a great day. Yo, did you see Silk Song? I did. I did see it. I am planning to do a... if I hadn't put in so much effort to make this stream happen, I would be working on a reaction analysis video now. But I've put in so much work into this stream that I was not going to not do this stream. But Kano, I am happy to hear that you are doing wonderfully. Well, crap, you start streaming 5 minutes before I have to go. No, Snow of all trades. Though I do appreciate you swinging by as quickly as you could. I hope the rest of your day goes very well. I will be streaming for about 4 hours, so if you are able to come back in that time frame, you'll get to hang out and eat with us, as it's going to be. Same, I was pretty much freaking out in the middle of English lesson. Fair enough. Oh boy, I was hoping for a release date. Lamb, welcome back to the stream, noob. Yeah, I am... After watching what Ari and Williams said, I'm not surprised they don't have a release date yet. Specifically, that video that they also attached in that tweet of them talking, they don't even have Silk Soul mode made yet. Like, they haven't developed that yet. They know they're going to have it, but it's not developed. So I'm not surprised they didn't bring a release date for it, because they still have a whole mode of the game to develop. Roy Valentine's Day special. It's true. It's true. Arrow and Art. Welcome back to the stream, noob. That's okay. I'll watch. Well, thank you, Pecky. I greatly appreciate that. Oh, nice. I'll be back in 2 hours. So I'll see you later. Got a few questions to ask you then. Fair enough, Snow. I just came in to say, Silk Song guys. What's up, Kato? Welcome to the stream. Well, I drew the Knight of Shades and Hornet fighting at dawn and got home. Oh, I could still see that being working. And it's called Silk Soul mode rather than Steel Soul mode. But I have thoughts about that, and I'll get into more of that during the analysis video that I'm going to put together, because there were certain character designs I saw in the trailer that made me say, wait. Anyway, Kano, no, it is a full new game. It is a completely new game. It is a full game. Nope, it's not an expansion. It is brand new. The Silk Soul mode is going to be like Steel Soul mode in Hollow Knight, but it's going to be Hornet's version of it. It's a mode inside the new game. Precisely. Anyway, for today, because we do actually have to get started, because one of these is going to take hours. And in reality, the one that is going to take hours is this loaf of bread. So this is what we're going to be starting with. We're going to be starting with making a loaf of white bread. I don't know if you can see just how delicious this looks. I'm actually going to be eating this slice while we are baking it, because I have not eaten anything yet, and I won't be able to be on my feet for 4 hours and not eat anything. So you're going to have to deal with me talking with my mouth full every once in a while. But that's what we're going to be starting with. And then we're going to be making this delicious 2-tier chocolate cake with vanilla frosting. This is not exactly, what's funny is this was yesterday's attempt. This is not what it's going to look like today, because the vanilla frosting I made yesterday, I'm going to actually adjust it a little bit. There should be a layer here, which you can't see right now. I thought it was cheese. Fair enough. Thanks to my cameras being amazing. There should be a layer of frosting here, but because of the way I mixed the frosting yesterday, it actually ended up being too runny. So you can see it, the cake layers just pressed it together. So I'm going to put these away. And then we're going to get started with making our bread. Just got to set out a few things. Let me put this away, because unfortunately bread made from scratch will dry out really quickly. I'm so down to drawing while watching you bake. Fantastic, Kano. And I have been finding that the best way to preserve the fluffiness of your bread that you've made from scratch, is to just wrap it in plastic wrap. The one issue that I have encountered while doing this is that if you leave it wrapped in the plastic wrap for too long, you'll end up with, unfortunately, your bread will go moldy probably faster than it should have. And actually, I know that it'll go moldy faster than it should have. Kato, thank you so much for subscribing and using your Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for attuning yourself to the League of Noobs. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, this is going to go way over here. Another way to keep your... And so it's an interesting balance, because you can keep your bread from going stale, essentially, if you wrap it in plastic wrap. Like right now, I'm going to try to show you. There's actually a bounce and a little bit of a press here. Lord Buster, hello. Welcome back to the stream, noob. Thank you for the bits. That's good. But like I said, it will go moldy. within about a week. If you wrap it in a towel, which we do sometimes with our bread, the bread will last longer. Like, it won't go moldy, but it will become incredibly tough on the outside. Like the shell, the crust of the bread becomes very, very hard. But the inside it'll still be safe to eat. You'll just actually have to, the way to restore softness to stiff, stale bread is to wrap it in a wet towel. Welcome back, Becky, and hey, Yumik. Oh, that's weird that Twitch didn't do a notification. Shame on you, Twitch. You wrap it in a damp towel, and then you microwave it for like 10-15 seconds, and the bread will absorb that moisture. Anyway, let's get to the bread that we're making today. Now, I am no baking expert. I have baked a lot, and I bake quite often, but I'm no baking expert, so I follow recipes all the time. Oh, Rand, thank you so much! And welcome back for the 6 months. Man, Twitch, why'd you do that weirdness? Thank you so much, and enjoy your new subscriber badge. You are now a shiny Turtwig. Thank you so much, Rand. I greatly appreciate that. I'm hungry. Give me food. There is lots of food to be given. So this is the book I'm using to make our bread. This is the book I use essentially to make all of my bread, except for one other bread I've done, which was a ciabatta, and that recipe was made by Paul Hollywood. So we're going to be doing the basic white bread recipe in here. And the basic white bread recipe is actually written for 2 loaves. We could actually make 2 loaves. But, fun thing about baking, unfortunately, it's all about math. So if you don't want to make 2 loaves and you only want to make 1, like we're going to do today, you just have all the ingredients. The end. So I'm going to set my recipe book over there. Or maybe I just didn't see it. Captain Shakespeare, welcome back, noob. Just here for the work while working. Fair enough. Thank you for swinging by. I hope you enjoyed the baking time. Glass Brother, hello. Welcome to the stream, noob. I hope you are having a great day. So, fun thing. Life is math. It's true. I have all the ingredients anytime I cook. Nice. I'll be cleaning. Alright. So first things first. Oh, Glass Brother, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. I hope you're able to have a great day. So since we're making a bread loaf, and obviously that bread loaf has risen, first step is get your yeast going. So I'm using active dry yeast. Again, none of this stream has been brought to you by anybody. This is not a sponsored stream. This is just me cooking. Now, yeast is what gives bread its rise. Well, yeast is what gives this bread its rise. There are other ways to actually get a rise out of a baked good, and we'll actually get into that with the cake, which is kind of why I wanted, in addition to it being Valentine's Day, but also why I wanted to make bread and a cake. Because they're 2 very different ways of baking. So I'm going to put just half of what's required of this particular recipe into my mixing bowl. Now, yeast has to be kept in the refrigerator, especially once it's been opened, because yeast is actually a living organism. So you're going to see me go off camera quite a bit to access other pieces of my kitchen. Next, what needs to be... I'm actually getting ahead of myself. I'm not going to add the water just yet. Yeast, as a live creature needs to eat. And what does yeast love to eat? It loves to eat sugar. Bread is moth, both have light color. Oh, no. About to spill a whole bunch of sugar all over my workspace. Oh, this bread is saving me. Did we see the Hornet game trailer? This is the best trailer I've seen. It's like a new game, not like DLC. Yumik, it is actually a new game. Arrogant Spray Can, thank you so much for the follow. I just made this account just so I can watch your streams. Oh, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Welcome. Welcome to the Twitch League of Noobs. So did any of you see the Silk Song trailer? I'm not going to say anything, but it's amazing. Agreed, Glass Brother. It is amazing. I'm planning to make, after this stream, so at some point before today is over, there should be a reaction/analysis video coming from me about it. Now sometimes, when you're splitting a recipe in half, or you're reducing a recipe, or you're increasing a recipe, sometimes things can get a little weird. Because this recipe calls for, if we're making 2 loaves, to add a full tablespoon of sugar to the yeast. That means we need a half tablespoon of sugar. And sadly, nobody seems to make a half tablespoon measuring device. So you kind of gotta wing it. Yeet loves sugar. Yeet does love sugar. So I find that the best way to mix my yeast and sugar and get that started is to put in the yeast and the sugar together first, and then tablespoon. Is it directly 3 teaspoons? Is it? If it is, then shame on me. I should have just used 1.5 teaspoons. But I will also say this is what I did yesterday, and it turned out just fine. So we'll see what happens this time. Now, the other piece that yeast needs to really activate and start working is warm water. So I'm going to go get myself 1 cup of warm water. Google says that? Alright, so then shame on me. Beautiful. You don't want the water to be boiling. You do want it to just stay warm. If it is boiling, you'll kill the yeast instead. What you want to do is you want to give yeast that lovely, warm, sugary environment for it to grow. Yeah, shame on me. I probably should have just really used just the 3 teaspoons then, or then to 1.5. So now that's going to take a little bit of time. We got to let the yeast grow and bubble, and what I'll do is I'll show you that once it gets to that point. Another way, and then another way you can know when the yeast is really working and is alive, is you give a nice big whiff of it, and boy do you smell it. You know. Next step then, while we wait for that, because it's going to take a few minutes, we're going to actually get some of our flour and the salt together. So I'm going to come over here. Whoops. Almost made the same mistake I did yesterday. Let me grab my big bowl. Silk Song hype! Scarpy, welcome back to the stream, noob. I hope you're having a great day. Madam Noob, she is working. Well, I should say she is also working. She is out working right now. She might be back by about the end of the stream. So that'll be fun when I give her the news that, hey, I just finished working. Now I'm going to go back to work because I need to get this video done. So we're going to take this big bowl. We're going to mix 1/3 of our flour and then the salt together. So let me pick up. Baking is working too. It's true. Oh, do I know about yeast smell? I know more about sour bread dough smell. Nice. Ooh, that's a bread I do want to try making at some point. But I know that you kind of, if you want a good sourdough, you need a sourdough starter. I do not know anyone who has that, so I would have to make my own. So that's going to be a long process. But oh, sourdough bread is so good. Love that stuff. Oh, it's so tasty. All right, so I need 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt for this. So I'm just gonna. I actually have a 3/4 teaspoon spoon here. Wow, that text just did not do well. Agenta, hello, welcome back to the stream, noob. I hope you're having a great day. We'll put in our. I can smell the yeet from here. Put our salt away. I'm very big about keeping my space as clean as possible while I'm working. Very, very big about that. Does anybody know focaccia? Yes, I do know of focaccia bread. I haven't tried that one yet. The only other real like yeasted bread that I've tried to make and that I have made is a ciabatta. I have not tried many other breads, honestly. Just saw the trailer finally. What are your thoughts? Initially, Agenta, first off, I am going to be making a video later today that will go up with full, like, a lot of details of my reaction and my analysis of it. This is the measuring cup we're going to be using. This is a 1 cup measuring cup. But I am very excited. I'm very excited for Silksong. I think I'm very impressed as well that Team Cherry decided, like, it was weird. I had some mixed feelings when I first saw that it's a new game. That my brain was like, wait, why are we doing a new game when we could just do an expansion on the old game? And, you know, after watching the trailer about another 7 times this morning and watching William and Ari talk about it and what's happening, I'm now a lot more excited for it. And I was excited to see. I'm excited to see a lot of things. Some elements I'm concerned about, but again, that's a minor concern, because as I think about it, there's elements in Hollow Knight that were very much like game kind of elements. And what am I doing? I'm skipping a step here. Where it was like, but it doesn't work. Does it really work in this game? And it's like, you know what? I am going to adopt the method of wait and see with this. Come on. And there we go. So we've got our 1 cup, which is 1/3 of the total amount of flour we're going to be using. One very cool thing that I will be able to show you today, if you've never done baking before, and if you have, then you already understand what I'm about to say. Baking is, 1, a science, and 2, it's all about the ratios. This is where I put this. It's all about the ratios of your ingredients. So in a bread, you will typically have way more flour in relation to the other ingredients. So for this recipe, like, we have 3 cups of flour. Now what's great is in the cake recipe we're doing later, we have 3 cups of flour. But in the bread recipe, it's flour. The list of ingredients are this: yeast, water, sugar, flour, salt, butter. The cakes recipe is much bigger. Can you change aspect ratios in OBS? You can. Yes, you can, Art. My parents make it all the time. It smells terrible, but it tastes great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I bet that sourdough starter is really something to experience. But I am excited for Silksong. The more I've watched the trailer, the more excited I've become. And I'm very excited to try to go frame by frame, which is of course what I'm going to do, because I'm going to apply my boss guide idea to analyzing that trailer. And I'm going to quickly clean this off and get my measuring cup back to a good state, because we're going to be using this measuring cup a lot today. And a quick question, now that we're kind of at a point here. Death Egg Fan, hello, welcome to the stream. Haha, I saw you from off camera. That's right, I'm a ghost! I'm everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. Anywho, yes. I wonder if we're going to see anything about Hallownest. I hope there's at least some like references beyond Hornet. Died in my first Steel Soul mode today. Oh, arrogant spray can. I'm so sorry. I can't bake, so this is exciting to watch. Fantastic. But I thought baking is magic. There's a little bit of magic involved, Kano. Don't worry. We'll show you we'll get to the magic soon enough. So what am I doing right now? I am sifting my flour. Now there are sifters. There are sifters, and that you could buy. We don't have them, so I use this strainer. It does the same thing. Thankfully, it just takes way longer and is more painful at times. But you want to sift your flour because it helps your bread have a more consistent structure. And it breaks up all the clumps. So I'm gonna wash, actually, because I know it's sifting and that next, I'm just gonna do that. This is gonna just go away for a little moment. And we're gonna do a quick little shake of this to get the salt and the flour mixed up a little bit. Let's get the hands in there. There we go. Day one double dip for Silksong, anyone? Yes. Oh yeah, by the way, did anyone see the Silksong press kit they put on the site? Yes, I did, Pecky. I haven't, well, I've looked briefly, but I haven't actually dug into it, which I'm going to do that as well when I'm going through my analysis video. Do you want to put your memory to the test? 1 teaspoon of magic. Yes. If yes, how to make puff pastry. There's a lot of butter. It's true. I have made puff pastry before. I've actually made croissants before, and it is nuts. Like, yeah, that's like essentially it's as much flour and butter. They're together. Like it's the same amount. The ratio of butter to flour is 1-to-1, which is bonkers. Because even in this recipe, there's a tablespoon of butter in this whole thing. Based on what we know about Silksong, it is a sequel, and it seems like we will be exploring Hornet's past. Probably the Weavers, maybe a lot more info about the Pale King. Yeah, so far because it's a sequel, I've got a lot of questions about it. Oh, and here we go. Oh yeah, that smells, that's yeet. So you can see that there's like a bubbly kind of texture to the yeet now. So that means, you know what? I'm going to shake this up just a little bit because I just saw there's a whole bunch of yeast still at the bottom that was still essentially dry. Yeah, I made croissants, and I made croissants and then chocolate croissants at the same time because the recipe was like, this will make 1 billion croissants, and I was like, you know what? Let's turn some of this into chocolate. What am I doing next? Right. All right, here we go. So I'm going to actually turn on, it's time to turn on the stand mixer. And what I'm going to be using in the stand mixer, especially because we're going to be mixing in flour, is what is called the paddle attachment. You attach that in here. This is what you tend to use if you're trying to start mixing up a dough. There definitely is going to be some Weavers information in there. Agenta, I saw in one of the screenshots that when I freeze framed it, I saw a piece of equipment that looked like essentially the Weaver song Charm. So Weavers are definitely going to be in there somewhere. The real question is the Godmaster teas now. What do you mean the Godmaster teas? Also, I didn't know you bake stuff. Learn something new every day. Oh yeah, Genta. I bake actually. I bake quite a bit. Usually it'll be the bread or cookies, something that's a little simpler. But yeah, I do. Yep, there will be. I mean, there might be back steps, anyways. So I have to go prepare for tomorrow. I'm probably going to be back. All right, Arrow. Good luck. Weaves, more weaves. Oh, cool, Death Egg. That's very cool. You're cooking too, so that is fun. All right, let's crank. Let me plug this in. Kind of forgot to do that apparently. Lift this up. We'll start stirring. Hopefully that noise isn't too grating. And we're gonna dump this in. We'll get this all mixed together to start. There's apparently more moisture in my kitchen than I am realizing because my flour is sticking. Flour is sticking everywhere. Anyway, the weavers are the biggest mystery in Hollow Knight. Well, one of the big mysteries. We're likely going to be getting a lot of answers on them. I hope so. I'm not wearing my appropriate attire. Can't bake without an apron, obviously. Am more hype now. Extra weeks. And Godmaster teases the Embrace the Void ending. Oh, the Pantheon of Hallownest ending. Yeah, okay. Right. Right? This stream also not brought to you by Nailed It, or Netflix, or any of its subsidiaries. A quick look at that. Let me grab our handy-dandy red spatula. This is a rubber spatula. If you don't have one, if you have a cooking space available to you and you do not have a rubber spatula, get yourself a rubber spatula. These things are amazing. So I'm going to turn this off real quick. Make sure that all of this is getting mixed together as much as possible. So I'm actually going to lower this and scoop around the edge with the spatula to make sure all this flour, all this yeast is getting mixed together appropriately. We really want to make sure that everything is mixing as well as much as possible. With a bread anyway. Cakes, well, with this bread I should say. Some breads not so much. Set that down there. I'm going to have some bread again. I personally think the Shade Lord is actually us, not the Hollow Knight. Agreed. I agree with that. Hollow Knight is very vague, so I still think some things will be unknown. Yeah. I agree, Pecky. I don't think we're going to get nearly as many answers as we'd like. I would love a ton of answers. But I think Silksong is just going to is going to answer a few things, but create so many more questions. Hypersonic, welcome back! Okay, now I have the right username. Oh, well, welcome back to the stream, noob. Instead, the stream is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave Club. Do you want to shave? Join the Dollar Shave Club today. There we go. Alright, next step. Next step is to add the butter, which is a tablespoon of butter. This is actually dairy-free butter. So crazy enough, this bread that I've made, this bread that we're making today, is dairy-free. Madam Noob is lactose intolerant, so a lot of the things we bake here are dairy-free or vegan or whatnot. So yes, the cake I'm making later is dairy-free as well. So for any of you with a lactose intolerance, you can do all of this. Now the instructions, the recipe tells us to turn this up to high speed on the mixer, specifically because we want to get that butter mixed in as best as possible. just quickly rinsing off my tablespoon measure. Well, Team Cherry doesn't do answers, and if questions are answered, that removes the fun. 0 answers, 100 questions. Precisely. It does do answers, just depends on the question. Any Path of Pain survivors here? Yes. Let's turn that off now. Yes. And we're gonna find many answers via lore theories. Mossbag. Yes, it is true. It's one of the. I'm still gonna push through and make a video anyway. But I'm sure that by the time I get to making an analysis reaction video for this, Mossbag will have already made it, and a million people will have already seen it. But I'm still gonna make one all the same because I want to put one together. It'll be the first time I've ever done that. So let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Add a half cup flour next. So this is a very interesting way to integrate things together. Let's get that half cup of flour with another little beautiful unicorn cup. I haven't bothered Path of Pain. I have nothing to prove. I beat Celeste. Fair enough, Hypersonic. Fair enough. Celeste seems to be like Path of Pain the game. So I want to try it. A lot of people have said that it's a great game. It looks like it's a great game. So I would love to try Celeste at some point. And you're gonna head out in 30 minutes. All right, take care, Pecky. We will see you later. That is a Sonic yeet. Yeah, everyone pretty much. Margin of error 50%. Yes. For those who don't know what it is, take a look at that video from the Insane Cranky Templar. Oh gosh, Cranky does some crazy stuff. I've wanted to go through it Game Explain style too, but there's just too much. I'll be gone for there is a breakdown done by an 11-year-old already. I regret seeing it. A breakdown of what? Silksong? Art? And if I didn't know you weren't... If I didn't know your age, I would have said, was that done by you? Path of Pain is the Path of Pain in reverse. Let's get this flour in there. We're gonna be mixing this on low speed. Gonna be getting this close to Pain of Path. Oh gosh. Clearly my brain was just correcting everything. Whoops. Alright. Now, you should be able to see this just a little bit, but we've actually got a dough starting to form in our bowl. It should have been a quarter cup, but that's okay. Alright, so we've got... I'm going to, once again, scoop around the edge of the bowl, clean off those edges, make sure that our mixture is getting the appropriate amount of flour in there. Now we'll get it started again. And that's 1.5. So we've got 1.5 cups left to go. That's all that our bread is going to need. That's all that our one loaf of bread is going to need. So there's half a cup. Again, we're passing everything. We're pretty much passing almost all of our dry ingredients through the sifter. Again, to ensure that lovely, lovely, lovely consistency. That beautiful consistency and beautiful structure.